Inside Story Uganda, real source of political updates.
In her address to the mourners, suggested or proposed that BMK should be named a road or a street in Kampala. I know. I know. It is the city council that sits and recognizes somebody.
Yes.
The power of city council.
Yes.
City council. Give us a formula. Anigwe mukubira emizinga nanigwe mutakubira. Mulambo gwani okujja mu parliament n'okutajja mu. We want to need
and who deserves state burial and not deserving.
Nti gwe namaganda afiridde mu accident mu gundi mbidde nakubira emizinga abiri mu. BMK gwe muwana
omusuubuza badagata ku economy y'eggwanga.
Tell us the criteria. I strongly doubt whether BMK was given a medal. BMK badayina medal.
Eyaki.
Bali bamuwa medal.
Abumubawa.
Bajja bakubira yo. Kakati najeni buyinza alagidde. Kati bafunye shares mu NBS. Omulalu gwe bakoba mu NBS with the string of gold. Kati atadde yamukolera.
Ewa, njeta mujja tutandike n'ensi tono bakumalirizayo.
Wait. Lukwago is attacking among
Lukwago,
yes. Elias. What's the problem? If BMK's body was taken to parliament, then the parliament will pass a motion. But because the government does not recognize BMK, stagwe mu category yabwe kubanga BMK yagaana okumupiramu. Buli tunulie mulowooza, otunulie kaki enfa yemu. How could Edith Mwene humiliate Lieutenant General Angina, one rank to full general in front of Chirumira? For us, we says, if this man, BMK, was an agent, a conduit of mafias in Uganda, would have been accorded a mizinga. Would have his body would have been, he would have laid in the parliament. No, look, what's the way? Kakati chechaletedde Amongi. Ti Amongi as a deputy speaker, if the body was taken to parliament, parliament would have passed a motion to recognize this man bamubulemu n'oluguudo. Kakati because you did not take it, takulifying kuvamu ba conduit siba ba mafia bebabiramu. This man was not accorded anything yadde emizinga ebiri. Naye we shall see. Why don't you stimulate? Nabaganti medali jamu, those are not medals. These are metallic items. A medal. How do we award medals? A medal is preceded by a citation. Mirundi. Akoze kino na kino na kino. Chiwala baamini abused medals. Tuina kitita MC military cross. VC Victoria Cross. DM Distinguished Service Order. Chibera nti ani simanyi damu ani bajirina. But one day these are metallic medals. Omusajja n'aleeta ekiteeso ti ababaka bonna abaatula mu parliament from independence up to today baweereddwa medals. You select those who made motions as a changing in sea. Kakati, do you know the cost of one medal? Those metallic items. I cannot accept it. This is not a medal. Nti yakolera nnyo president namukuba nnyo ebifaananyi yali muzibe buli omoyo n'omudaali mujja kulaba omudaali nga ne house galago ina nani. I don't need it even postman chiwali ewange temuli kulangirirayo because I know what we call a medal. I know what we call recognition. Kati Lukwago talina ekimuvumya Amongi. Amongi
badde nsaba
in her message at the burial said this man should be recognized. Why do you have Wampeo Avenue? Why don't you make it NASA? Simanyi Wampeo Williams room ye waffe. If Ugandan matters, the names of Ugandan matters, as a Catholic, when I go, muyinza nsoma bibiri movement, nina bibiri n'obukatuliki. Kakati, osanga omusajja omuzungu nga ye Kizito. These Christian names, these Baganda names are canonized by the Catholic Church. What wrong has this woman among it done to warrant Rwagaza attack? Among his problem, singa yamututte mu chembazi ze nga waliyo criteria teyali ogeredde ku bafu directive yali giwereddewa the parliament would have passed a motion naye tetumanyi who is who atakkiriza kumunyoga atakkiriza kumutekamu munda weyo zino musajja muno nakutekamu munda weyo ofuuke sadi testako ofuuke olugoso lwokusatu tolina kyofuna mu government. That's why obutabo bwange bwonna weebuli nti nze ngende mpulintinga obutabo to deplete my family tradition. Museveni akwagala nnyo anjagala munna Museveni anjagala nnyo ya accept ampa security naye this is man
mzee Tamale nsaba lukirize enough time njikuwa nobanga ensonga eziyiseewo
stop attacking
banja tufunire ensonga y'okuba
we must have let's look say no. The issue is the people who have performed well and named after roads, streets, what did Amongo say which is wrong? The only thing Amongo did tulina criteria bw'oba tebakubbiramu bw'oba tokkiriza kufuuka lugosi bw'oba tokkiriza kubeera conduit y'ababbi then toba kutwala mu parliament.
Wow, omulamuzi Nakintu Katamba yavudde n'abeera nga yalaze olunaku ennaku zombi zigenda kubanga 2 egenda kuba balaza olujja ogenda okubanga application ya bail ey'omukulu Mr. Update Muhammad Segirinya ne Alan Sewanya bagenda okuba bavayo basaba.
I will not comment on this. Why? Prejudice to abasoma mwezi tukimanyi naye judiciary is being eaten. Judiciary has embarked on a self-destruction mission that a judge can even dictate where to put a prisoner. Is it selection? Ntikati bakulu b'amasomero baselecting is the power of the prison authorities. Why did the judge tell the prison where to take these suspects? Mumutwale ekitalya Segirinya gundi kidala bwe yabasaba ekitabo ky'abagenyi ekitalya ekyaliyo Segirinya was not in kitali yali wowe nenda bomulamuzi omulala yagambye ti omuzungu ono this muzungu who is suing his fiancée has failed to convince a court that all of the way the wealth is talking about belongs to him. Madam, before you judge whether the Muzungu, this woman did not get money from the Muzungu, tell us the wealth of this girl, the fiancé, before you married your Muzungu. Now we go to the court. Are you judge? Are you magistrate? If this man, before you deny, don't talk about the evidence, the talking things. You I Peter Museveni. If this man did not make this woman rich, you tell us, is this girl that is now denying that he did not get wealth from the Muzungu, does she come from the Murwana family? Does she come from the BMK family? How rich was her? Not were you here, madam, my lord, magistrate? Were you here when they are charging Bad Black for stealing the Muzungu's money? The judiciary, do you know? I've written this book.
When the judge becomes a thief.
Yes, he's already there. And I've written another one, the Nakalema, you know. Nakalema, you will see the details.
What in
Nakalema was a close friend of Kayihura. Nakalema used to spy on Museveni. Nakalema yali mukwano gwono musajja.
Nawe, Nakalema used to spy.
Anti yendo kukuba na recording is agenda mpabiri. The Nakalema I know. Kanuka wende. When a judge becomes a thief, nkubulira nti oyo mayanja amala biseera. Museveni should appoint Mayanja as one of the columnists in the New Vision. ab'emmengo bamanyi read this book mayanja nkubuulire nti Museveni ye ab'emmengo bwe batyo bwe bamuzannya
bino bino biriwo bitadde judiciary on the test
outsmarts Museveni. I've always argued that if Museveni is a lion, then the corrupt leadership in Mengo is a hyena. The corrupt Mengo officials know that Museveni cannot afford a confrontational approach when dealing with the kingdom. Likewise, Museveni knows that he cannot fight with Mengo. This is the reason why the Kabaka usually dissolves the Mengo Luchiko, Sindai, whenever Uganda is heading for a general election. The Kabaka later travels to London. It is because he fears any confrontation with the state or to be seen as supporting any presidential candidate. Museveni kati mayanja akoledde bwerera akasobekano waliwo omulamuzi eyabba ettaka
abadde ku Mayiroland
Kiryandongo and I've given you examples and I've written a book the Nakalema ayino kakati kankubuulire nabwandika akatabo kano how Mbabazi plotted his failed coup kana akatabo Mbabazi yaleka gavumenti ya Museveni yagimazeewo it is a limping government nakawandika dde
25th November 2013.
Yes. How Mbabazi plotted government ya Mbabazi ya Museveni kiwala zima. Mbabazi yejikuba n'agimalawo. Ate Mbabazi was in the prime minister. Kati ene baluwa ogiraba nje kusomera. Eno magazine ogiraba.
The Times magazine.
The Times magazine.
Yellow Times.
Young. This is my magazine. Era yisinza okuwangalawo.
Okay.
Naye kankubuli. The letter that forced Mbabazi out of government.
Before you come to that, njasoke tudde ensonga eyaguntu tugivuddeko, njasoke twogere ku mayiza ensonga erimu eya Lukwago. Lukwago Elias Lukwago the road mayor, ibamu yabadde olunaku lw'eggulu was appointed deputy president wa FDC mu Uganda region. Era yagambye please okuba agenda kuba nti as a support ya FDC mu Uganda. FDC is going to embark on a mission okuba nti batambula eggwanga n'okuzza obuwagizi.
You see, nabagamba.
Lukwago abasajja akulembedde ekibuga.
Nabagamba nti when you go to France, the mayor of Paris, which is Paris, normally becomes president. But Lukwago does not have this. Lukwago antagonizes everybody. Lukwago is a hunting dog.
Lukwago ebbanga emirundi gy'amaze nga gy'okwesiba ku bwalodi meeya akubye abantu.
Is a briefcase carrier of Dr. Besigye akwata briefcase ya Besigye omuli underwear. Tayina crowd one.
Lukwago musajja muyivu.
Tayina.
Musajja
Lukwago musekuzi wa ddagala mu ssabo lya
leka naawe tosobola kukanya road meeya ku level eyo omusajja omuyivu munnamateeka emirimu gyaze nga yesimba ku road meeya awangudde with the percentage eri great.
Once you see the Westerners handing over a party to Muganda kati ekyo kifu
era negwadidde mu bigere abadde Ssebuggwa abadde Muganda azi mu Buganda region nga vice president nga deputy president of Buganda region.
Abaganda Bobi Wine yabatwala
ate naffe Lukwago teyagenda
toyinza kubeera n'omusajja alinga. You see, me I'm happy with Museveni because I'm a Republican. Museveni gives Mengo money n'abawa ebyapa by'ettaka ne batutigomya. They embarking on a self-destruction mission. Ekyayambye Kabaka kiri eki nti Kabaka bwe yagenze Germany. But let me tell you, don't you think that Kyabazinga also follows sick? Don't you think that they first talk? We hosted you. Kabaka Lincoln yogera. Koza yagala kulaba Museveni. Era bwe yagende wa Museveni namuwa sente n'agenda e Germany. Ono omufere w'emmengo ne bamusindikira gundi. Ono omuvubuka ow'emyoga. N'akangabala mu Bwakabaka. Ne bakwata ono omulangira Gadimba. Ye Gadimba sente zaziba azigulira mu kigulira Magala eddiba. Manya Abaganda bwe bayita Magala. Wene Muganda tells you nti sente zo nti nazigulamu ekigulira
Magala eddiba.
Magala omumanyi. Magala omumanyi.
Magala yani.
Magala omumanyi.
Mutusomese.
Magala kankobolire kibayita Magala. Is a Mary organ.
Ye Magala.
Ye Magala. magala eddiba tebagamba olubugo tebagamba esikiri bagamba ddiba nti sente ezo oziguliramu naguliramu magala eddiba kakati magala eddiba ye teyebaka ku ki magala teyebaka ku lubugo magala teyebaka kati mulangira gadimba atakola ye yagenda ewasale kujjayo sente ye buli sente ye gyakwata agulira magala weddiba Buganda nfu kati fe abaganda aba republicans fe tutunulidde Museveni bwati as Museveni destroys Mengo. Museveni has destroyed Mengo. We have never seen a business katikiro Mayega bakubye abaganda ne babagoba mu gavumenti nga abeera nakabuse nga atukuba bwawunyiriza obubina bw'abakazi adduka awunyiriza mu bubina bw'abakazi
tutuusaawo
anti badduka emisinde n'abakazi
oli katikkiro mulamba gwogeresa bwoto
bwawunyiriza mu bubina bw'abakazi adduka Mayega ye musajja alumba n'amasomero n'ayambulamu nappi abaana nabo n'abasolooza. This kingdom has been kabaka yatuyambyeko ekintu kimu Ssaabasajja kabaka awangale agunde okota Ssaabasajja kabaka yatuyambye ekintu kimu mu politics batugala never call with the success. Ssaabasajja kabaka yagenze Germany n'atuleetera ekampuni y'abasaveya epima ettaka lya Buganda bamu ndagaano y'olwenda bagamba tibwalibeerawo emirembe waliddamu ne bapima Buganda ntulaba mayirezi girimu yabajja Germany n'aleetayo abakugu okuva e Germany bakolagane n'owekitiibwa Makubu Attorney General batunulye mu tteeka ly'ettaka awangale okota ate kampuni eyo ye Germany Mayega mwe yasome mwe yakolera internship.
How credible is it?
Yes, Mayega did his internship mwe kampuni ye Germany kabaka je yalese ekolagane ne Makubuya
company
yalagidde owekitiibwa Makubuya nze ngajjawa nakafunye dda Ssaabasajja kabaka yalese kampuni ey'amaanyi awangale okota
Mzee Tamale FDC. Let's go back to FDC and Lukwago being appointed deputy president. FDC yala kubante yeza bujja ibiri tunawe bamsadde bali
abasajja babala the easterners are calculative abatabala baganda
Caps Fungaro yagenze mu eastern kati
anti mpubolidde they know nze manyi when Museveni appointed his son-in-law many things have changed. All of those he had put a government within a government as crumbling oyo gundi ono Musumba ne Kajegere bali bakuba kadaga nabagamba records before the second meeting nankabirwa tumwebaze Chiwanda Sireputini in Entebbe. The early morning attended a meeting at Munyonyi where somebody promised all the second members 100 million if they remove the Kadaga. Immediately they removed the Kadaga, the man switched off his phone. Bawakanemba kube.
Tiyabasasula.
Bawakanemba kube ntebasula.
Omukulu yavayo n'agamba n'okugamba ekyamulemesa obwayala abantu bamusonga Mirundi yakuba Kadaga.
Let me tell you, nkubulidde. You know what is happening in this government.
Okay.
Eramba buli nembagamba nabagamba nti bali abasajja ba Kagame all our neighbors ba Uhuru they know we have elections after Museveni's election. They say if you don't want Museveni to interfere in your domestic affairs, create domestic trouble for him. Ebijambia oli abirika ali bwati tukita simalingi as you solve the bijambia the Kalamajongo how can a Pokoto man enter Uganda and take his
achuchu
how and you reveal it you reveal it that when the Kalamajongo surrendered their guns what was the argument ti abaserikale bo badduka which they did now the agreement between Museveni and the Kalamajongo has gone because abaserikale bo
badduka
and Museveni has admitted to the president in political intelligence When Museveni created KDA, Karamoja Development Agency, the Karamajongo said it is Karamoja develops Arua. Why? Anthony Butere was a minister, came from Arua. And these people are not saying, they don't know that the Karamajongo are highly intelligent people. You can, tried to disarm the Karamajongo, forcing them to dress, and they protested. So if you want to have a minister to develop Karamoja, do you get him from Arua, where Amini comes from? What type of political intelligence is this? If now you wanted to develop Karamoja, do you think that Kitutu, a failed woman, who failed to handle $400 million, Nabasi Nibabani Bamukozesa, Nono Muzenyi Wakatemba, Umwara Bamitani Nandutu, can the Karamajongo accept to Bagis women? Don't they have their own? Who is advising Museveni on political issues? That the Karamajongo is not Uganda. Me, I studied the Karamajongo when I was in the State House. The Karamajongo can accept the First Lady. Why? Is a direct link to the president.
Yes.
But they cannot accept the two failed a Katemba woman. Nandutu
is not a
Katemba woman.
Nandutu is not a
Kati Gitutu. Wali wana mvuga. Bamita ingini ya Rwama. Lutwama. Bata de wobo obugundi. Mbwagenemu yaba wabit. Museveni does not help easy people. Lutwama yategera obubbi obulimu. I have a report. Lutwama bali bagala kumutta njaba kubira obutambi badduke. Kati Lutwama kali kagende mu mukwate. Limu amukwata ne musiba. Ne mutwale wa 3,000. Niddo Kitutu tewavaawo. The Karamajongo highly intelligent. Mumude civilization. Omanyaba Karamoja kyebakola. Waliwo omusajja yali Musoga. Nga principal private secretary wa president. Mukama. Mukama, president yali agenda kusinga n'abakalamoja Moloto. Nakola emirimu gye gyonna yabasingananga kiro. N'abaga nti mubatwale mubawe ranki. Oyo Mukama yabatwala mu hoteri. Museveni agenda okubogera mu nga beeyayamula. Did you get lunch? No. But omukalamoja omutwale mu hoteri ali omukyere. Ye Museveni yabawanga nte zaabwe ne balasaako ne banywa omusaayi. Ono Mukama abatwala mu hoteri. Museveni yamugamba, Mukama, go back to Kampala abakugobye. The Karamajongo sacked the principal private secretary Mukama when he joke with the Karamajongo. That the Karamajongo can accept the two women. That the people who can develop Karamajongo is a failed Gitutu, a Mugisu, and the Nandutu, a Katemba woman, a Dwamakita.
President Museveni has summoned the commanders over Karamaja security. Yaba summoninze nga waliwo ebisonga byo badogerako yomuko
Zambia to Karamoja and you see
achuchu afusa achuchu.
Do you know why these people cannot?
Abantu bina bibakafa emyaka ebiri kyokka.
These people cannot kill me. No. They listen to me and they calculate. As I was praising Museveni for disarming the Karamoja, the flames are in Karamoja. We call it simmering. Akuma omuliro aliwo mu center. From Masaka to Bijambia to Karamoja.
Nze Tamale, listen to me. Lwaki president soka jaba yewani santi agikoze era agimaliriza. Yagamba security ebyambe ne bijja. Yagamba Karamoja badisa minze ensonga ino yakomyewo. Karamoja efuse Karamoja. Yaise iso UPDF. Bonna abayisa
baradde. If you want to defeat a revolutionary, you force him to undo his achievement.
In an ensonga erimu
the agreement, the covenant Museveni made with the Karamajongo is over. Your men, your soldiers will run away. My soldiers are not going to run away. Now a Pokoto warrior enters Uganda. Is it Kenyan army? If a warrior can enter Uganda and take his cows, what if we are invaded by the Kenyan army?
Dangerous.
Simmering, we call it simmering. Akuma omuliro guno ali mu center. Kakati after Karamoja, you will see West Bank front attacking Arua. So akuma omuliro ali wano.
Aberonga uliza
buchita simmering nti flames zifuluma wano, nezifuluma wano, nezifuluma wano, nezifuluma wano. mugenda kulaba n'abo ekyamasomero unless the intelligence solved where the source of the volcano is nti gufulumira wano Kasa Mirundi awana Museveni yadisaminga abakalamwejja ng'ekyabalumbayo Kasa Museveni yakwata ku b'emmundu kaakati omusango kati parliament eteekawo akakiiko no parliament would cease if the government has insisted to take these people to court. Let parliament enjoin, we call it enjoining, let parliament also become a witness in this case.
Which case?
No, anti ogwaba gundi. Kati parliament yali badde tekyagu debatinga ku buli mu court. If they have valuable evidence that can exonerate, let parliament become a witness. Let them ask court to enjoin, not to make a noise. This Bijambia has been there for a long time. Why didn't the parliament involve itself in it? Bakuba Museveni to make it political.
Okay.
They are making it. Kitegeeza ati n'abasalako omwana omutwe ne bakutwalira kata bebamu bebano. Why is it that the parliament is coming out to serve? I don't blame among fears them.
But I was
yes. Let the parliament, now that the parliament has investigated the matter, become enjoying in this case as witnesses. You are stupid. Are you dealing with stupid people? It confirms that the parliament is aware of the killing of people with the Bijambia. Do you enjoy the diplomatic community? Where is it written that the MPs cannot be arrested? Then if you believe that the MPs enjoy the diplomatic community, you are stupid. Kakati nzenkuboli. Yes. Jote bali kuchi. Tebali ko government printers. What did I write in 2015? 2015, this magazine is the longest. 2015, what did I write? I said, examine the government printer facelift. One of our stories in the edition is related to government plan to invest 10 billion shillings into the rehabilitation process of Uganda government printers before it should omanyi bateekawo kajala mbwagitunde government printers bakugamba tebadde tekola. There is nowhere a budget is printed in somebody's factory printing.
But Mr. Tamale, how was connected n'ensonga y'Ekaramoja?
Let me tell you, ogiraba eno story si ye yazze nekiwandikako mu 2015 nti tumwebaze
buli kyokoonako kikomawo
tumwebaze will be arrested. Buli wabadde wonna tumwebaze has left incriminating evidence. Museveni tumwebaze ne mukoddomiwo bali mukuba ekigo. Me I don't fear kill me and they will kill you. Tebabajimbye kakati nkugamba tebabajimbye and you give him my money. Baba classifies into 3 groups abagende Hague. Yesterday didn't you have a meeting at Serena? Didn't you look for Uncle Sam? Why do you pressurize him now? Give him my money at one time. What are we buying into your pussy? 4,000 Ugandan girls were killed in India alone and their organs were extracted. When somebody, the chairman, met medical doctors in Malawi, in 1 month, Mirundi would be in his grave. Am I in my grave? Ate bagambe obu yakubye bukadde kati kuli omukaaga ngenda kuba akapya mutegeere nti buli omulaga wonna. I don't have audio, I even have video clips.
We are on the issue of someone security in Karamoja over raids.
Ebbaluwa eno gisome. Museveni's letter that forced Mbabazi out of government gisome kana kataba kabiri 18.
How is it connected to this car?
Anti gisome. Mutegeere ndabakwata dda mute musobola kunwanyisa.
On the most important political science principle dictates that those who serve in government shouldn't engage in frauds involving members of the first family. In addition, a presidential aide is advised not to engage in public discussion about the succession of his boss. It seems because of his legal background, former Prime Minister and then Secretary General Mbabazi did not appreciate these principles. By the time he became Prime Minister, the First Lady Janet Museveni was already a minister in charge of Karamoja. Many people did not realize why Museveni appointed his wife in that docket. Museveni, the person who had a humble background and revolutionary, is keen to transform society. This is why Karamoja is today a key policy issue. Unlike previously, different from former presidents who did not solve the fundamental problems of Karamoja, Museveni has done so. How? It should be recorded that Uganda's first president, Sir Edward Mutesa, too, apart from donating his salary to Karamoja, his first post-colonial government had no particular policy to transform this area. In 1983, Obote welcomed the leaders of the cattle rustlers in Karamoja and gave him a UPC party card and T-shirt as if the man was fighting to join a UPC. Amin had ordered the Karamojong who were moving naked to dress up. The Obote regime also tried to dig boreholes, thinking that the problem was water. The Karamojong vandalized the boreholes and used the pipes for gun barrels. Attempts also to form a Karamoja Development Agency, KDA, failed, as it was later nicknamed Karamoja Develops Arua, because the minister in charge, Anthony Butere, who hailed from West Nile, allegedly used it to offer jobs to people from his area. This explains why Captain Tom Butime was appointed minister in charge of Karamoja. He declined the offer, considering it a demotion and humiliation. This is how Janet found herself into the docket. Since her appointment, a lot of fundamental changes have been taken place, and many of the factors that had previously been believed to be unsolved have been overcome. These include the disarmament exercise that has totally reduced castle rustling and theft. Because of the prevailing peace, the Karamojong have embarked on constructive economic activities like agriculture. The First Lady's efforts have created confidence in non-governmental organizations, donors, as well as investors. Karamoja is now marching with the rest of Uganda, as opposed to the pre-independence mantra that Uganda had no time to wait for Karamoja to develop. According to the peddlers of this cataphrase, it was impossible to develop Karamoja. Zimbabwe saw this as an excellent performance by the First Lady and the huge sums of money involved. He undertook to undermine Janet. This explains the reason why some Karamojong MPs were incited against her, and she was also subjected to negative media reports. Mbabas went as far as trying to undermine a cattle branding exercise by an Israel company. President Yagambe gundi ene komeo ente sobolo kubanga stekeba mu chips okuba nti baziregisteringa bulungi.
Akukabiri 11 wese myaka musanvu.
President Yagambe issue eno eyokuba nti ente bakomeo chips zizemuzekebe mu bisoro binene.
I invested, I joined them, captured the information, vital information, and I'm very dangerous.
Here you're saying Mbabas project eno yajikuba.
I'm a very dangerous man.
This deliberate sabotage on any otherwise excellent work attracted the president's attention and sent a strong warning letter to Amama Mbabas. Museveni's critical questions to Mbabas. The letter would later shape the eventual political events in the Prime Minister's office. Some of its stinging comments had the effect of clipping Mbabas' wing. The president told his Prime Minister thus, although I am not a lawyer, I am well equipped with logical and patriotism. Logic and patriotism in this case focus us to ask the following questions. How long has cattle rustling gone on in Karamoja? Without viable solution, had the whole government system of Uganda since the colonial times put in place to stop this mass suffering of the Karamojong amounting to slow genocide? When Honorable Janet inquired all over the place for technical answers to this problem, she came across this technical answer. She referred it to the administrative authorities, permanent secretary, and the permanent secretary referred it to the procurement authorities and the legal authorities, Solicitor General. What mistake did she make? Where the electronic branding was implemented, has it worked? Has it helped? If it has helped, should it be concluded and expanded, or should it be killed? To whose detriment will it be? Were the reasons for the delay genuine or just contrived by the implementers to increase the price? Are there comparable technical solutions in the world and what do they cost compared to what is being
that letter was written by Museveni to Mbabas to stop harassing his wife over Karamoja issues. Why was Mbabas interested in Karamoja? Chechakubya bigirimana. Nemba kuba nemba teka kutta.
Katugenda ko mukono wa Post TV je kumire ko tugenda kwa tudda ni problem.
Ebaluwa ino
Katonyo tukoma.
Mwe, you fight me. You fight me. Can you defeat me?